I am dating a really nice guy, but now my ex has changed for good and I slept with him. Who should I choose? I'm 27F in a love triangle with a 25M and 26M. Who do I pick? I'm in a difficult situation. Ever since I was in high school, I started dating Paul. We had a very toxic relationship where he cheated on me and was emotionally abusive. This lasted until I was 25 when he cheated on me with my cousin. He cheated on me before, but that was the last straw. I spent a year healing and not dating everyone, and then I met Aaron. Aaron is absolutely the most genuine and nicest person I ever met. He's so sweet, kind, and attentive. But unfortunately, we just missed that spark. I've been with him for 7 months and he's treated me like a queen. Recently, Paul messaged me. Paul has finally started getting his life together. Everything I wanted for him. When we were together, I was supporting him financially, so it's nice to date Aaron, who has a good established career. Paul has gotten his GED and is currently trying to do air traffic control and get certified from there. He has changed for the better and we still have that spark. We are starting to talk and hang out every day. This has impacted my relationship with Aaron, who feels I've been distant. I've been mostly hanging out with Paul instead of Aaron. Today I ended up sleeping with Paul and I feel really guilty. I told Paul the first needs space to process things. That we need to stop before I end up hurting Aaron. Paul told me he's serious about wanting to fix things between us. I'm afraid that if I do choose Paul, what if he hasn't changed? And he goes back to his old self? Aaron is a great guy and it would suck to lose him, but Paul seems to be too finally. I'm gonna end things with one, but I don't know who yet. Love is hard. I appreciate any advice. Relevant comments. Do you think the no spark could be from a trauma bond in your previous toxic relationship? Now the healthy relationship seems boring, so you cheated on him. End things with both of them and work on yourself. Opie. I don't think so. Paul and I have a healthy relationship now, and I'm not bored with him. He's not the same person he used to be. I just genuinely think that Paul might be my soulmate. I don't know if you believe in those, but I do. Comment. You are not in a love triangle. You are having an affair. Aaron deserves better than you. You are playing around with his heart, using him as a safety net, and overall treating him like garbage. You are not the heroine of some trash romance Netflix show. Do Aaron a favor and break up. If you can't find empathy after being cheated on yourself, then it sounds like you and your toxic ex deserve each other. Opie. No, it's not an affair. Today was the first time I actually slept with Paul since we started hanging out, and I immediately told him I need space so I don't hurt Aaron. You are right though, this is unfair to Aaron and I'll probably have to break up with him. Comment. You cheated on him, how is that not hurting someone? Opie. He doesn't know. That's why I'm stopping everything now until I figure out what I want to do. Comment. You don't think fucking someone else while in a relationship is cheating? By those standards, it doesn't sound like Paul cheated on you either. Opie. It is. You said I'm having an affair. That's why I clarified that I only slept with him today. An affair implies something long-term. There's a difference between what I did and what Paul did. Paul constantly cheated. The moment I cheated, I felt guilty and did something about it, and took steps to figuring out what I really want. Comment. Why choose Paul when Aaron is a great guy? Opie. 1. The spark I have with my ex is hard to explain. I get excited when I hear from him. After a long day from work, he's the person I want to talk to. 2. What I love about Paul is he's a family man. The way he looks after his parents and brother. I love that I can talk to him about everything. He's the only man I ever was vulnerable with emotionally. I am going to be honest with Aaron and tell him today. Comment. Definitely a family man when it comes to banging members of your family, right? Opie. I broke up with him for that. I'm not defending his past. I'm saying he's improved since then. You guys aren't giving people the grace to change and grow as people. Comment. If he knew you had a BF while hanging out with you every day and eventually sleeping with you, then no, he has not changed as a person. Opie. We didn't plan on sleeping together. Also, it's not like we were just hooking up. We're in love and deciding to make things work. Update. 3 months later. I gave my ex a chance and he cheated on me. But there is a positive. I'm extremely sad but proud of myself. The old me would have given him a billion chances, but the first time I saw he was cheating, I dumped his ass. Paul can talk a good game, but his words never matches his actions. The relationship quickly delved back into our old toxic issues. This entire situation made me realize I didn't appreciate Aaron. The good news is this allows me to be a better partner for Aaron. Sometimes you need to go through something awful before you are ready for something great. I think God wanted to experience this so I can be the partner, future wife, and mother Aaron deserves. Unfortunately, he blocked on everything when I broke up with him to date Paul. Luckily, he became friends with one of my friends and she's throwing her birthday party and did me a solid and invited him, and he's coming. I'm going to speak to him there. I'm going to let him know I broke up with Paul and that I'm ready to be the best partner ever. He's also a regular churchgoer. I'm not. And one time he asked me if I wanted to go to church with him while we were dating. I will take him up on that offer. But yeah, you guys were right about Paul and I should have listened, now using this as an opportunity to grow as person. Relevant comments. You are delusional if you think he'll want to get back together with you. Work on yourself and try being single for a while. Opie. Not really, my friend even told me he told her he still loves me, and he is going to take some time to heal. According to my friend, he told her it hurts when someone you love and cares about doesn't feel the same way. I do love and care about him and I'm going to show him that. Comment. If Paul didn't cheat on you, you'd still be with him. You don't love Aaron, you need to be honest with yourself. Opie. So by your logic, if someone is in a relationship and their significant other cheats on them so they break up, they then move on to someone else, they don't love that person because they would still be with their significant other if that person didn't cheat. Comment. Honestly, I don't think it will be as easy as you think it will be to get Aaron back. Did you ever admit to him that you slept with Paul while you were dating him? Opie. No, I did tell him I was breaking up with him to be with Paul. I didn't tell him I already slept with Paul because I didn't want to add even more pain than there already was. If he asks me, I will tell him the truth. I'm not bringing it up because I want to focus on our future, not our past. I have grown because the old me focused too much on the past. That's why I got back with Paul in the first place. But now it's time to look forward. That being said, if he asks, I will be honest and tell him the truth. Comment. If you really want to make it work, you'll need to be honest with him. Otherwise, when he finds out, you'll never see him again. And to be clear, I am 100% certain he's not going to take you back if he has any self-respect for himself. No one wants to be a backup option. Opie. He's not the backup option. He's my number one option, I just needed to grow and mature to see that. I genuinely feel that if I tell him that it will hurt him more, he already wasn't taking the breakup well from what I heard. Update 2-3 days later. The party went well. I wasn't going to post the update, but people keep saying it didn't go well, actually it did. At first he avoided me and apparently was mad at my friend, but I just walked up to Aaron and said I broke up with Paul. He said sorry to hear and I said can we please talk. Afterwards we went outside by myself and I told him I broke up with Paul because I realize I love you and I realize that Paul is my past. I told him I love what we had, and it's the best relationship I've ever had. He was hesitant, but I explained how much I've missed him. We both got emotional. It was great to just talk to him again, and it further reminded me how much I love him. We still have a long way to go and he doesn't want to get back together right away. He wants us to take it slow because he feels like this is happening too fast. He said me going from him to Paul back to him makes him nervous. He said he doesn't feel like I'm his number one choice, like he doesn't think that I just broke up with Paul because I love him, Aaron. He asked me that I really miss him and realized that I love him. I told him that recently I started thinking about the time that we spent together and I realized that I was so stuck in the past that I wasn't focusing on the present. The focus on the present that I realized that you are the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. I know a lot of you guys were rooting against me, but I want you to know that people can grow. I will be the partner that he deserves. And I can promise you all that whether you believe me or not. Top comment. Girl, don't hide the fact that you only broke up with Paul because he cheated on you again. You didn't break up with Paul because of your unconditional love with Aaron. But hey, you won, right? After your monkey branching to Paul failed, you swung right back to Aaron, your second choice, the safety net, the fallback guy. People can grow, but you have a fucked up mentality when it comes to growth. Like what you said to me in the DMS, you are so convinced Paul changed. You realize too late that it's just a front. Hope Aaron realizes that your fake growth is just a front and that he deserves better than you. Another post 20 days later. My friend betrayed my trust and told my BF something extremely personal and I'm furious. What can I do to confront her? And to reconcile with my BF? My BF Aaron and I have been in the process of reconciling. We broke up the first time because unfortunately I didn't appreciate him. I started to realize he was the love of my life and we got back together. Unfortunately, my friend had no sense of girl code and told him very private information that hurts everyone and now I'm blocked on everything by him. I reached out to him from a burner number and he told me he feels betrayed and humiliated and to stop contacting him. I'm going to give him some space before I reach out again, but right now my friend is about to get an earful from me. I'm so hurt right now I called out of work today. Relevant comments. I remember you cheated on Aaron with some guy named Paul. Broke up with Aaron without telling him you cheated. Then Paul cheated on you and you realized you loved Aaron. Reconciled at a friend's party with Aaron, refused to tell Aaron you cheated so he could make an informed decision about taking you back, and now you're here again. You're just awful and your friend is a good friend. Actions meet consequences. You didn't love Aaron. If you loved him, you would have actually been honest with him. Not even gonna respond to any comments on this one. Did you expect anyone to be on your side? Surely you're not that dumb. Opie. I didn't ask anyone to take a side. I asked for very specific advice. If no one is going to give me advice based on what I asked, I'm not going to reply. Simple.